Hi, my name is Christine O'Reilly, and I'm the Forage and Grazing Specialist with OMACRA. Today I want to talk about assessing alfalfa winterkill right at green up, because this is the time when it's best to do some plant counts and to take a look at root health to see how well the field has overwintered. So winterkill is definitely a top of mind topic coming into spring of 2020 because we had very severe alfalfa winterkill last year. So spring of 2019, lots of fields came through with some damage. Some were very badly damaged, and it really seemed like the further east you went in Ontario, the worse the winterkill was. So getting on top of winterkill early, taking a look at these fields to see what kind of state they're in as we start the 2020 growing season is something that's top of mind for a lot of producers. So now that things are starting to green up, the first thing that we need to do is a plant count. I like to think of plant counts as your early warning system because taking a look at green up gives producers an opportunity to get Plan B into action if they need to. There's still time to line up seed if you have to patch or terminate the stand and plant something else. It gives you time to get the planting equipment ready to go. So there's just a bit more of a time buffer by doing this at green up rather than waiting. So as alfalfa plants mature, their crowns get bigger, but the stands tend to thin out. And these two things usually compensate pretty nicely for each other. But it does mean that when we are doing a plant count in an alfalfa stand, the number of healthy plants per square foot that we're looking for changes depending on how old that stand is. So for a new seeding, something that was planted in 2019, we are targeting 20 or more healthy plants per square foot. By the time we get into our first production year, so for this year, this is a 2018 seeding, we're trying to find between 12 and 20 healthy plants per square foot in that field. If this is a straight alfalfa stand, you want to be on the high end of that range. If it has a fair bit of grass in the mix and the grass has come through all right, we can go on the lower end. Same thing for year two. So something that was planted 2017, we're looking at between 8 and 12 healthy plants per square foot. Again, grassy stands can be on the lower side. Pure stands, you want to be on the upper end. And anything that's 3 production years or older, we want at least 5 healthy alfalfa plants per square foot throughout that field. So when you're doing those counts, make sure that you're not just going to the most severely damaged spots or the closest spots to the road. You want to get out in that field and take a look at a few different areas just to see what the field looks like as a whole. The other thing to take a look at while you're out there at green up is to do a root health assessment. So bring a spade or a trowel with you and dig up some of those plants to take a look at their root systems. So ideally, it's green up. They should be putting up new leaves and new buds, and those should be green and healthy and spaced fairly evenly on the crowns. If your lawn's greening up, but your hayfield's not, that is a warning sign. So if the lawn's green and the hayfield's not, get out there and take a look because there's a chance that it winter killed. The other thing to do with your roots when you've got them up out of the ground, take a jackknife and see if you can peel the bark off that outside of that taproot. If it comes away very easily, that root's maybe not too healthy. There should be some good resistance when you're trying to peel the bark off it. Looking for lateral roots is another way of assessing alfalfa root health. It can be a bit tricky when we're digging up a plant though, because some of those lateral roots are pretty fine and they tend to break off. But if you're seeing lots of healthy lateral roots, that's a good sign. But the biggest thing is really cutting open that taproot and taking a look at the color on the inside. So the taproot of an alfalfa plant is its energy store that's going to help it regrow this spring. And a healthy root really should be a creamy off-white color and a very firm texture. So a lot of similarities with a potato because both the potato and the taproot on an alfalfa plant are serving the same role. They're a starch storage for their respective plants. If you cut open that taproot and it's yellow or it's brown, those are signs of rot. If you cut it open and instead of being a starchy kind of a texture, it's ropey or stringy, that's not a healthy plant either. So those are the kinds of things that we're looking for when we're cutting open taproots. And those plants that are showing signs of disease are not likely to survive into the growing season. So they should not be included in your plant counts because they're not healthy plants. So those are the things that you're looking for at green up. My contact information is up on the screen, but that's the kind of thing that we're going to start our alfalfa growing season with. And once we've got 6 inches of growth, we'll be back out in that field to check it again to get a better idea of our true yield potential with a stem count.